Welcome to Lobster's list for November 6, 2012. Number 1. Sir, You Are Being Hunted from Big Robot is a single-player, first-person, open-world survival game. Aristocratic robots hunt humans for sport in a procedurally generated countryside. Play as a man trying to assemble all the pieces of a special machine while hearing the disembodied voice of a butler. You will have to manage a visibility meter, create distractions, and fight back against the pursuing robots. At the £10 pledge tier is a DRM-free copy of the game for PC, Mac, or Linux when it's released. If you like both survival horror and British humor, then take a look at this one. Number 2. Erie is another game about experiencing what it is like to be hunted. One of the main mechanics is that you have a can of spray paint in the maze-like facility. Painted marks can identify places where you have been and escape routes to use later when you are running from mutants. Their well-reviewed game prototype was released for free on Desura. The project creators want to have the funding to develop a commercial quality game. You can pre-order the game for PC at the $15 tier with Kickstarter exclusive in-game paint pack. I only recently found out about the prototype when the Switcher YouTube channel posted a Let's Play. Having to outsmart the monster to get behind it, rather than just hiding in designated safe spots or fighting it like in other games, is a neat idea they've shown they can implement. Number 3. Pier Solar HD from Watermelon is a project to remake Pier Solar in high definition. Pier Solar and the Great Architect was a homebrew, turn-based 16-bit RPG released in 2010 for the Sega Genesis. The team wants to bring it to more modern platforms like PC, Mac, Linux, Xbox 360, and the Sega Dreamcast. Play as a botanist searching for a rare plant to cure his father's illness. You can pre-order a copy of the game for $15. The original game's ROM was 64 megabytes in size, while most Genesis games are said to average around 12 megabytes. Their goal is $139,000, and they apparently have the huge task of thousands of assets to recreate with the new art style. Number 4. Rainfall, the Sojourn is an action RPG with a 16-bit inspired art style and a well set up premise. A traveling swordswoman is left homeless after a tragedy in a world where humans and animals are transforming into monsters. She embarks on a journey to find the man who taught her how to fight with a sword back when she was living as a member of a caravan. 6 playable characters are planned, but the battle system is designed for only 2 characters to be used at one time. On her journey, she encounters a girl with the strange ability to become incorporeal. A clan plans to ritually sacrifice the girl to bring an end to a drought. The composer on the team has contributed to OC Remix and SNESology in the past. You can pre-order for PC at the project's $10 tier. I was impressed by the sprite work at first, but then the music samples with heavy use of string instruments further caught my attention. It has a minimum funding goal of just $6,000. Number 5. Runners Grinders from Bitland Heroes combines an exercise app with an action RPG. You play an explorer who has had his airship crash in an unknown land. By jogging in the real world, you can procedurally expand the RPG's overworld. You can later explore the new areas while playing the RPG half of the game. Pledgers at the $7 tier will have their names on an in-game monument. If it reaches $50,000, then a port to Ouya is planned. There have been many location-enabled games on Kickstarter in the past, but this one has a well-thought-out idea. Number 6. Spud's Quest is a nostalgic-feeling adventure platformer for PC. This footage is a bit blurry, and the project page's screenshots are much crisper. That frog you see following the protagonist is supposed to be a prince transformed by an evil wizard. By acquiring items, you will gain the abilities needed to access new areas. £5 can get you a copy of the game and your name in the credits. The gameplay footage shows a lot of nice polishing touches, which it should have, since it is said that the game has been in development for over a decade. Now on to honorable mentions. Bloom from Fawn Studio is an isometric adventure game with real-time combat that was originally going to be a graphic novel. Refugees are traveling in a forest that contains mysterious relics and is becoming corrupted. It is being developed for PC, Mac, and potentially more platforms that are supported by Unity. There is a great story trailer, but I'd like to see more details over time about the systems and mechanics. They are asking $30 for the tier with a basic pre-order of the game. Unusual Heroes is an isometric adventure RPG using 3D characters on pre-rendered backgrounds. The premise involves 4 main characters waking up on an alien spaceship. 2 of those characters are in wheelchairs. It is being developed for PC, Mac, and Linux with a variety of control methods. There are 2 £15 tiers. Both have a pre-order for the game, but one has a postcard for if you live in the UK or are willing to pay extra shipping. This project's creator worked on the PC port of Silent Hill 2 and was a programmer on Heavenly Sword. 2D Space MMO is a massively multiplayer arcade space shooter inspired by the classic Atari game Asteroids. This is another project creator that worked on Heavenly Sword, as well as the PSP port of Little Big Planet. Players will get a level editor and even be able to use a tool for customizing enemy AI. If you want to pre-order for PC or Mac, you can back this at the £10 tier. There's a prototype linked to from the project page. PuzzlePork is a 2.5D platformer with a relatively low goal of £500. Play as a wall-jumping ninja that is trying to capture escaped pigs. The target platforms are PC, Mac, iOS, and Android. A £6 pledge can get you a pre-order of the game for PC and your name listed with other backers on their website. JetBee from Mutant Games is a mobile game about a flightless bee that acquires a jetpack to be able to race with the other bees. The reward tiers include in-game currency starting from the £3 tier and up. This game also includes a stretch goal to be ported to the Ouya if it reaches £30,000. Clyde's Adventure Reborn is a project to recreate the DOS game Clyde's Adventure. This will require a complete rewrite of the game's source code. Permission from the original game's creator has been obtained. A level editor will be an added feature. The $9 tier has a download of the game for PC. I remember playing the original as a child at a friend's house and getting stuck early in the game. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helps those projects.